Wonder if I'd be alright in solitary confinement. And you ever think to yourselves, I'd be fucking fine. Why is it? I remember thinking it when I was wee. Oh, you're getting chucked in solitary confinement in a film as a punishment. And I'm like, how is that bad? Obviously, you probably have to do it to then find out if when you've been in a wee room by yourself for a month. I've got a feeling I'd be alright. I just kind of sit there and think. Just like, I just sit there like that. And then talk to myself. That's what I do in the fucking house. See if I've got an empty, like there's nobody in the house for like longer than a day. I just start talking to myself. And I'm absolutely fucking fine with it. Cheeky tug here and there. Just spunk where the fucking was. Like a kind of dirty protest, but with spunk. But I'd be alright. I just talk to myself. I just go like that. Right. Well, I see. So, right. Right. So, area of a rectangle is like length times the width. And you find out the area of circle because if you imagine a circle like chopped into quarters and you sort of place them alternating like that, really, really thin, basically you've got kind of like, till it's almost like a rectangle because you've chopped up that much. Basically you've got one length is like half the circumference and the width is the radius. So if the circumference is like 2 pi r and that is r, then that's 2 pi r times r. 2 pi r, well, pi r, no, not 2 pi r. No, it's because it's half the circumference, so it's not 2 pi r, it's just pi r, so pi r times r, pi r squared. And then the volume, you just go through it like that. The volume I'm going through this sort of stuff because of my son's fucking school. I'm going through it all like that. Right, so that's the area of circle. The volume of a cylinder is the area of the circle times the height. A cone that's got the same radius and height of a cylinder is exactly a third of the volume of that cylinder. So that's a third pi r squared h. And then a sphere, if a sphere is the same height, it fits perfectly inside a cylinder, then that's like 2 of the cones. I watched all these videos and I was like, that's interesting. So that works out. That's a third, so that's like 2/3 pi r squared h, but the h is basically like the diameter of the sphere. So it's like 2r. So it's 4/3. No, it's 2/3 pi, but because that 2, you can take that round, then that becomes 4/3 pi r cubed. I'd sit there in solitary confinement, going near that again and again. Because the good thing is, I forget what I was saying about a minute ago or 10 seconds ago. I don't completely forget, but you don't have to go over things again and again. That's why I think a lot of people go mental in solitary confinement, because they can think a thought through clearly. I have to go over it a few times, so I'd be able to basically stretch out. No bother. I'd go like that. So what was that again? What was that again? So Archimedes. Is it Archimedes? I would say that to myself. Was it Archimedes or was it one of the other ones? How do we know? You could sit in solitary confinement just talking like that and it'd be fantastic. How do we know? Like you know what I'm doing right here? Right, I've got chat to, I've got the chat to look at and everything and kind of reply to, but I'm just basically talking to myself. How do we know for a fact Archimedes discovered this and Archimedes discovered that? How do we know? What are the documents? I would talk like that in that cell, solitary confinement by myself. It'd be embarrassing to begin with, as this cunt goes walking by. Going like, aha, hi, is that you fucking losing the plot in there? You fucking, like that. It'd be a bit embarrassing. But the sooner you get started with it, the better.